This is Howard Soft South. It's time for another Spotlight Extra. Let's go to Joe Hamilton in the interview area.
For the fans that don't know who I am, my name is Joe Hamilton. I'm the show host of North America Wrestling and the ring announcer. Last show we had a incident at the end of the show that was not part of the show involving Branden and Haney. And I think we have some footage of that now. Just a warning, if there's small children watching this, you may want to let them leave the room.
You lost it. Get out. Mike, you're out of here. You're out. Gone. History. No, look out, Branden. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out of there. Steffi, get him out of there. We're sorry you had to see this, folks. Get out of here. If you touch me, I'm sure. You're gone. History. He's gone. We're sorry you had to see that, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know Jack. Joe.
Well, you saw what happened, and I hope it wasn't too disturbing for you to watch. At this time, I have with me Mitch Ellie. You might know him as Titus Machiavelli, the new GM of North America Wrestling. Mitch, you saw what happened. You were involved. What are your feelings on what happened with Branden and Haney?
You know, Joe, I've been around the business for a little while, and I've never seen anything quite like we saw on Saturday. I was actually, hired on to be the real, general manager to kind of run the operations of the stories and the characters, and we spent a long part of the day with Branden. He was quite upset that Fernando was going to be in the main event, and a lot of politicking going on, which is the side of the business that fans don't get to see. And Branden was quite visibly upset that he wasn't getting his shot to go back into the title picture, and thought we had him calmed down, thought we had him understanding of the vision of what was going to be going on over the coming months. And I know that when the match had ended, I saw him going out, and we had arranged a promo for him to get back into the mix. That was kind of the deal that was made. We'll get you back into this.
Well,
mix.
at that time when he came out, that's what we all thought.
Well, yeah, everyone did.
That was what's coming next.
The steel chair wasn't planned, but Branden is. He likes weapons and yeah, and he has this thing where he does things, and I kind of let it go. I wasn't, he was going to have to do his little bit to end the show. The next thing I know is Stephanie was crying. She pulled Tim, Sir Nigel, to the back. Came back and took him out, and that's when I became a little concerned, because that's not what was supposed to happen. And the next thing I know, all the boys from the back are running out to the ringside, and I came out to see what was something wasn't right. It wasn't what we had planned.
Right.
And there was the steel chair, and there was Freddie, as we all know, is Louie Tugman, and Freddie was hurt, and being the only equal in size to Branden, I wanted to go in there and try to get some control over what was going on, because I was quite confused, and I think we all were, still are.
And he was taking shots at you, if I remember correctly.
He gave me a huge shot, and and said he wanted his title shot. And there are things that you do in this business, and there are things that you don't do in this business. And what he had done was he had, I guess to use a TV expression, broke the fourth wall and brought real life to television, and had truly attacked Freddie. And in talking with Freddie, he has a hairline fracture in his arm. Shouldn't be gone a long time.
I think they said 30 days. Is what I've heard.
The psychological, I think, is what's going to be the biggest issue. I mean, this is his friend, and at that moment, being in the position that I am in, to try to control talent and do the things, I had to make a decision that I really didn't give much thought to, but I fired Branden Haney right there on the spot, because what he did was not, he wasn't professional. He wasn't part of the show. He wasn't working a gimmick, as we would say in this business.
Right.
And he wouldn't calm down, so I fired him right there in front of everybody, and it's the only thing I could think to do to stop him. And I stopped him. He did get one last shot or two in. I think he hit one of our wrestlers. I think he hit our referee. Somebody got hit and was hurt. I'm not even sure who that was.
He hit one of the refs on the way out the door.
And he left. And I've reached out, a couple of texts, a couple of phone calls, just trying to reach out to him, and have not heard from him. And I know that you have done the same. A lot of us have.
I haven't heard anything.
And that's.
He's not returning any calls, and no one knows where he is.
But as far as I'm concerned, Branden Haney, the Red Rhyno, will never be part of North American wrestling again. And good luck to him in his, as we say in this business, future endeavors.
Future endeavors, yeah. Mitch, I appreciate your time.
Well,
thank you for coming in the studio and being with us today.
Well, I felt that it was important to let the fans know that the show is the show, and we put on the best show there is. I'm sorry that they had to see something that wasn't part of the show.
Thank you for your time. I'm in studio with Fred Raymond, also known as the Punisher Louie Tugman. Fred, I guess the fans want to know your thoughts on what happened at the Dojo TV taping at the end of your match with Fernando. They've already seen the footage, and I myself, I'm still in shock. I know if you would cover about the extent of your injuries and talk to the fans and maybe tell them how long you're going to be out and just what your situation is.
I'll be out 6 to 8 weeks with a hairline fracture in my arm. You know, still running tests to see if there's any nerve damage. You know, I'm just as shocked as the fans. I didn't expect that. It was never worked into the show or anything. It wasn't part of the show.
Branden's your friend.
Branden, backstage, me and Branden are friends. When, you know, a couple years ago, or maybe even a year ago, when there was people walking out of NAW, I stuck by his side when it was just me and him on the roster. And for him to do this, I can't believe it. He's a piece of crap. Maybe he is those things that people say online about him. It's very unprofessional to do that. It wasn't a part of the show. You know, we never discussed that in booking. You know, now we have to break down the walls and explain to the fans what happened. Because there was a big hit, you know, everybody was hysterical out there. What's going on?
I was talking with Mitch Helly, the GM, or Titus McAvoy, the GM of NAW, and he was stating that all day prior to the show and during the show that Branden just didn't seem right, just didn't seem the way Branden always is.
That's true.
Did you notice that?
It's true. He wasn't the same that day or prior to the show. He was very isolated, if you want to say it like that. You know, he was isolated in the back. He didn't talk to none of the boys. And from my understanding, from what I hear, you know, I don't like to go off rumors or anything, but he wasn't too happy of the outcome of my match. And
so, do you believe that this was a premeditated action, or do you think he just, when he saw the title change hands, just snapped and just couldn't take it
I believe
anymore?
Branden has snapped. I've known him for years, and I've never known him to do something like this.
Have you tried to contact? I've tried to contact him.
I've tried
Mitch
to
has tried to contact him.
I've tried to contact him.
I know the owners have tried to, you know, find him. Nobody can find him. Nobody knows where he is, and he won't return any.
He
phone
won't
calls.
return any of my text messages, emails, Facebook messages, anything. He won't. What I just want to know is why. I want to know why, and I want revenge. I want revenge, Branden. You hurt me. Just like I said, when people walked out on you, I stuck by your side. I was there in a dark locker room, dark dojo, when none of your wrestlers were there. I was there. And you want to go out and try to hurt me and do permanent damage to me and take me off the roster permanently for some stupid reason unknown? And you don't want to stick around and explain yourself? Well, how about this? How about I petition for your return and we meet man-to-man, face-to-face in the ring, and we get this problem squared away. And we give the fans what they want. You brought this thing, it could have been handled backstage without the fans knowing anything. But you chose to take it to a show and do the unprofessional thing and attack me. Well, let's settle this in the ring. How about a shoot fight, Rhyno or Branden? I don't know who you are anymore. I don't think you know. Shit just got real. And when I see you, hell will be raised.
Thank you, Fred, for your time, and I know all the fans wish you well, and I also wish you a speedy recovery.
Thank you, Joe.
Hello, everybody. I have a story to tell you. It's a story about life. Most of us, I should say most of you, fall under normality. You're just a number. All you provide for the rest of us is nothing. I can't. You're nothing to me. You're gonna wake up. You're gonna eat. You're gonna play your little games. You're gonna do your little things, and then you're gonna go to sleep and do it all over again. You're nothing. I know this now because I thought I was like you. And now I understand there's so much more to it. I know you're nothing more than a number. Some of you have better luck than the rest. See, some of you get nothing to work with. That's the cards you're dealt. Others, they get plenty. I never understood that. It's a fact of life. There are others, though, that they insist on ruling us. It's been throughout history. You might even like the person, the benevolent ruler. They might be the dictator. They might be the economic stimulus package. Or they might be the industrialist machine. And it's been in my experience that the women, they're just as bad as the male counterparts. In tradition, it's always been the assassin that is the check and balance. I find that in modern day, it doesn't really work that way. It's not the ace anymore. What I find is that the ace turns into the thing that it was trying to destroy. At that point, you're nothing more than a joker. You're not even real. What you should have been looking out for all along, I would say. Is the servant, the one that was right beneath your noses all along. There's got to be something to that. Those are the people that make real change. Those are the people that can get further than the rest of us. The proof is in my hands.
And my guest at this time, the new World Heavyweight Champion, simply Fernando.
Whoa, Joe, you know what? You need to do that a lot better. Put a smile on that face of yours and look at the camera when you say my name. Now go ahead and start back over.
I'm here with the new heavyweight champion, simply Fernando. Fernando, the lovely London.
Just breathless, Joe? You have nothing else to say?
I'm in
Let me
awe
do your
of the
part. You know what? Let me do your part right now.
I'm just in awe of the new
To
champion.
speak about the match that just happened with Tugman. It was, you know, it was a pretty good match.
Wait, before we get any farther, Stephanie, when I see you again and you try hitting me, I'm gonna get you back. Don't worry. Continue, hon.
Listen to that, pig. Now you listen to me. Like I said, Tugman, it was a good match, but I didn't come up short this time. This time I beat you in front of all your fans, and I showed you what kind of a beating I can give you. I punished you, son. And now you're looking at the new heavyweight champion. A guy with class, with physique, and a lot more style than you'll ever have. Now I have another thing to bring up. Branden, Haney, Rhyno, you call it whatever you want. What you did with Tugman was between you two. But it's about damn time that we get two fat slobs out of this ring. I'm sick and tired of walking behind two grease monkeys that are sweating over a title. I had to get this title renewed because of all the bite marks you guys were doing on this, thinking it was a piece of meat. Now that you finally have a champion that's worth looking at, worth taking pictures from and getting his autograph, you can finally come up to me and then, oh, look, all those kids out there that want to be me, that look at their dads and wish their dads looked as buff as me, all the women out there that want to just be around me but aren't good enough, like the lovely London.
Never.
You finally have a class champion. NAW has never had somebody as better looking, as the best physique, and even dressed as nice with this $500 shirt like I am. I am simply Fernando, and I'm the newest NAW heavyweight champion. And I guarantee you I'm going to keep this belt for a while. Because as long as I'm here, I'm keeping this as simply the best. Because I am that damn good.
There you have it. New heavyweight champ, simply Fernando.
Joe, did you not hear me the first time? You say this with inspiration. Like a firecracker, Joe.
There you have it. The new heavyweight champion, simply Fernando.
Boom!
My guest at this time, the former internet television champion, Tap Out Kid.
You don't have to remind me, Joe. Yes, I am the former internet TV champion. Yes, I lost the bout to Tearbrain Jack. The better man won that night, and I totally agreed to it. He won fair and square. I opened that challenge, he took it, and the better man won. Yes, I'm okay with it. But now, getting into this Red Rhyno, Branden, Haney, this issue, what he did to Tugman. This is no storyline. This is straight down truthful what he did. He broke Freddy's arm. I'm not saying Tugman. I'm not saying the Punisher. I'm saying his real name, Freddy. And Branden, what he did was wrong. Everyone in that locker room, no matter what, if they were heels or faces, they all tried to stop him because they knew it was wrong. It was wrong because it was during the show. It was in front of all NAW fans. It was in front of everybody. And what he did was wrong. And I totally disagree with what he did. I am glad his ass is fired. And I don't care where he goes. He's going to stay out of this company. I never want to see him again. And that's that. Any questions, Joe?
No, I think that pretty much sums up the feelings of all the guys on the roster, myself included, and management and the owners. They all pretty much feel the same way as you do, and I thank you for expressing your opinion. Thank you for being with us today in studio.
Thank you, Joe.
Good luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
Do you have any plans about the heavyweight title belt?
We'll see.
Thank you. I guess we'll see. In studio with me at this time, one half of the tag team champions, Extreme Velocity, FX. FX, we've given everyone a chance to address the unfortunate situation from last Saturday's TV taping. I know you asked for time to address the fans, so.
Well, what Rhyno, well, we might as well not Branden. I've known him even before I came to NAW. It's been about a good 5-6 years. I've known him on a personal level. And not once in that entire time has he ever done anything so unprofessional. He broke the lines. He did what you're not supposed to do. Something snapped. Nobody knows why.
I've been asking everyone, the day of the show backstage, because I wasn't backstage. During the show, I'm always out front with the fans. Did you notice anything odd, different about Branden on that day?
I really don't think anybody did. It seemed like just another show, another great show that we're going to have. You know,
well, he's known for being moody the day of a show.
Yeah, but that's typical of Branden.
Yeah.
You know, that's what he does. That's how he gets ready for his matches, for his shows. And, you know, it's not just a surprise to me. It's got to be a surprise to everybody that this happened, that he lashed out so
I was getting phone calls all Saturday night.
I've on my fan page, I've been getting asked questions, you know, what was going on, and all I can say is, I don't know. The best one can do is ask Branden himself, but of course he's not gonna be found.
Have you been able to get in touch with him? I've tried, the owners have tried.
I've been trying to reach him, trying to reach out to his family, and everybody just keeps telling me the same thing. They don't know where he went. He just up and disappeared, like he never existed. I don't know what to make of it.
Okay, on a little bit different note, since you're here, your tag team partner E-Rock, I notice he's not with us tonight.
I told him to take a good vacation. We earned it.
I do believe
We really did earn it.
I do believe
That Celtic Thunder was a hell of a show.
You got back together at the end of the show.
You know, that was the biggest surprise to me too.
Whose idea was it to cash in the contract in the case?
Well,
was that E-Rock's?
After our match, after our brutal match,
right?
Which
the no DQ, yes.
We both got up and we had a mutual understanding. You know, we both busted our ass to get here. We did what we did in that ring, and the fans enjoyed it. Everyone was cheering for it. They didn't know whose side to be on. And when we got to the back of the backstage, we sat and talked for a second. We said, you know what? These differences need to be put aside. The fans want us. So that's what we gave them. We brought back Extreme Velocity for the fans.
Was there any discussion on a new tag team name, or just you both knew it had to be Extreme Velocity?
It felt right. At that time, it just...
Or should we say Extreme Velocity 2.0?
It felt right. We didn't even discuss a name. We already knew. There was no reason to change it.
And coming up April 7th at the Fresno Supermall, I believe the tag team champions are involved in a six-man.
I think so.
Do you know who your partner is? Have you been told who your partner will be?
You know, information's flying around right here. I think
rumors. You can't go on rumors.
Everybody's so hyped up about what Branden did that nobody's really concentrating right now on the next show. But hopefully soon, NAW management will have a flyer up, and hopefully it'll introduce our tag team partner and who we're facing.
Or maybe management won't let you know until the day of the show. How about that?
Even then, that's okay with me.
That's even better.
That's even better for me.
FX, it's been my pleasure as always.
As always, Joe.
When you talk to E-Rock, tell him that we were thinking about him and we missed him in the studio today.
Yes, we will. And you guys will see us again pretty soon.
Thank you. My guest at this time, B.A. Hastings, Marvelous Moses, 2/3 of the Heavenly Hunks. I guess Juan El Guapo's still MIA.
There's no telling with that guy anymore. He's been having a lot of issues with his visa. So for now, the Heavenly Hunks are on hold. Marvelous Moses and myself need to focus on other things.
Okay.
That's why I've been in the ring.
Coming up April 7th, Fresno Supermall. You're facing, I believe, Kid Thunder.
Yes.
And Marvelous Moses. You're in a singles match with the Phantom. But to get to serious things, we're letting everyone address the Branden Haney incident from last Saturday's television taping. If you two would like to address that, you have time now.
Being able to address it. You know, there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't know around here in NAW. You know, what you see in the ring and what you see behind closed doors are two different things. We go out there every show and we bust our ass for these people because we love these people, because we know they appreciate us. But the actions that Branden did is just flat out ludicrous. I don't know what his issue is, and you know, I'm just gonna be flat out honest here. Louie Tugman and myself are friends. You know, what you've seen the last 6 months of me and him beating the shit out of each other is for the sake of these people. And I'm okay with that. We beat each other up and down California multiple times over. But at the end of the day, we go home together and we'll stay friends, and we have that mutual respect for each other. It took for him to beat the living crap out of me to the point where I couldn't even walk the next day to get that respect from him. So for some dumbass like Branden Haney, for him just to cheap shot the guy and attack him for no reason is just absolute bullcrap.
Sick to the stomach.
Disgusting. You know, I'm going to tell you something, Haney. You know, I'm going to tell you this right now. The fact of the matter is this. Me having to take my best friend, Louie Tugman, to the ER and have him sit there for 6.5 hours because you want to be a piece of shit and you want to interfere in NAW isn't going to happen. You're a marked man. I'll let you know that right now. I don't give a shit who it is, whether it's him, me, Fernando, anybody on this roster. Anybody who wants to get in the way and help Haney, he's no longer employed here. If he has somebody in his back pocket, I don't care who it is. I'm going to put my differences aside with Mr. Hamilton, with Mr. Barrett, with Mr. Machiavelli, everybody. That's not important to me right now. The fact of the matter is this, Haney, whenever you get back to NAW, if you ever do, you better be ready for me. Because if I see you on the streets, I'm going to whip your punk ass. I don't care what it takes. I will go to jail. I don't give a crap anymore. You want to hurt somebody that I look up to like a father, that's a mentor to me? You mess with the wrong damn guy. I don't have nothing else to say. You have anything for me, Joe?
Other than I would just like to apologize to the fans for some of the language from B.A. Hastings. I know he's very passionate and he sometimes things slip out that shouldn't, so I want to apologize for that. Moses, do you have anything to say about the incident?
Like the look. Like the new look again.
Oh, they got rid of the whole...
Yeah, you're back to the original side.
Thank you. You guys have anything else for the fans?
Just keep an eye out for the Punisher.
Yep.
I've known this guy for so long. I know him. I don't care. He's not done. This will not stop him. You might not see him for a while.
Well, they're saying, the doctors are saying 6 to 8 weeks, and
I know.
Oh, he'll be back.
I
He'll be back.
They're going to perform tests to see if there's permanent nerve damage and...
The fact that I'm sitting there in the hospital watching him sit there, and all he's wondering is everything okay at NAW? What happened? What happened? Why? Why, Branden? Why? For me to look in my best friend's eyes and see that made me sick to my stomach.
Took it too far.
Branden Haney, I can't even, words can't even, I'm not even going to go any further with it.
Okay.
Because this will get uncensored really fast.
Okay, Jason, all right.
Be on the lookout, Phantom. April 7th.
Anything to say to Kid Thunder?
Kid Thunder, trust me, you don't want to be in the ring. The best thing that you do is send your stupid ass back to Mexico, because if you get in the ring with me, I'm going to hurt you. And I'm going to dedicate that match to my best friend, Louie Tugman.
Yes.
And Haney, I see you walking around that supermall, I will make sure that you wind up in the damn gutter.
And Kid, if you go to Mexico, maybe you'll see Juan El Guapo. Who knows?
Yeah, if he's there, tell him to get his ass back to the United States.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get fired. I don't have time for any BS. The Heavenly Hunks with Marvelous Moses and Agent Hastings will rise one way or another, whether it's singles or tag team.
I'd like to thank you both for coming in.
Come on, let's go. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
So you have it. The thoughts and feelings from NAW talent that were there the day that Branden Haney snapped and went off on Freddie, Punisher Louie Tugman. This is not the end of this. We're going to find out and we're going to go from there. Thank you all for watching the Spotlight. My name's Joe Hamilton, and we'll see you next time.